The day I walked out with nothing, my CEO wife Luo Ningxuang threw a bank card right in my face. "There's 500k yuan in there. Take your little brat and get out." Her voice was ice cold and her eyes were full of pure disgust. I looked down at my daughter An, barely 4 years old, hiding behind me, gripping my pant leg for dear life. And then, I smiled. I was finally free. But I never expected that when I was out there hustling fried rice on the street, living my best life, that same woman would come crawling back with red eyes. Luo Ningxuang's cold voice cut through the air as she slid a divorce agreement across the table toward me. There she was, arms crossed, looking at me like I was trash. And honestly, I was. I'd been transmigrated into a power fantasy novel, stuck in the body of a useless live-in son-in-law who shared my exact name. The original guy was a deadbeat orphan. 3 years of marriage and all he did was mooch off her and cause drama. Completely worthless. His only contribution? Fathering little Gu Anan. And now that old man Luo, the only one who had my back, had passed, the first thing Luo Ningxuang did was kick me to the curb. I picked up the pen, didn't even glance at it, and signed my name at the bottom, clean and quick, no hesitation. Luo Ningxuang's perfectly shaped brows furrowed slightly. She clearly didn't expect me to go along with it so easily. In her mind, I was supposed to beg and cry and cling to her legs, begging her not to leave me like some desperate lapdog. Too bad, I wasn't that guy. Before transmigrating, Gu Chen was a corporate drone grinding himself into the ground, always working overtime or on his way to work overtime. His one dying wish? To come back next life and do absolutely nothing. Well, the opportunity was here. Luo Ningxuang pulled a bank card from her designer bag, flicked it with her finger, and it slid across the sleek table, stopping right next to my hand. 500k yuan. Pin is Anan's birthday. Take the money, take your brat, and disappear from my life. Right now. I looked down and saw that tiny little head peeking out from behind me. Big dark eyes filled with tears she was too stubborn to let fall. That was my daughter, Gu Yan. She was clutching my pant leg, her tiny body trembling. She understood every word. My heart sank. A wave of rage shot straight through me. I stared daggers at Luo Ningxuang's flawless face, my nails digging into my palm. I wanted to cuss her out, flip the table, and throw that card right back in her face. But I took a deep breath and forced it all back down. Losing my cool over an NPC wasn't worth it. And besides, I had nothing right now. What was I gonna fight her with? I picked up the card and stood up. Annan tilted her head up, eyes all watery, looking at me. She whispered, "Daddy, does Mommy not want us anymore?" I crouched down, gently wiped the tears from the corner of her eyes with my thumb, and forced a smile. "Mommy's not throwing us away. Daddy's just taking Annan somewhere way more fun." I scooped her tiny body into my arms, light as a feather. My heart completely melted. This was my daughter. From today on, it was just the two of us. I held Annan tight, turned around and walked out, never looked back. Then her icy voice came from behind me. "Remember, don't ever show your face in front of me again, or don't blame me for what happens next." I didn't slow down, didn't turn around, just walked straight out of that suffocating mansion I'd been stuck in for 3 years. The second I breathed in the fresh outside air, I felt alive again. Peace out, Luo Ningxuang. Peace out, miserable rich boy life. Gu Chen is free. And right then, ding, a robotic voice chimed in. Distributing new player welcome pack. Received 10 million yuan startup funds. Received God tier skill, master of all 8 culinary traditions. Congratulations, host. Max health unlocked, with hidden bonuses including an 8-pack, a V-cut, and let's just say some very impressive extra perks. I just stood there holding Annan, completely frozen. 10 million yuan, God tier cooking skills, and bonus perks. I looked down at my totally clueless daughter, then looked up at the sky. Was this happiness hitting just a little too fast? I stood at the entrance of the villa complex, still a bit dazed. Then my phone buzzed. A text. I opened it. "Dear valued customer, a deposit of 10,000 yuan has been received. Current balance, 10,500,000 yuan. Luo Ningxuang's 500k plus the system's 10 million. I stared at that string of zeros and my heart literally skipped a beat. Before transmigrating, I'd kill myself for a few thousand yuan in overtime. Now I was a multimillionaire. Annan whispered from my arms, her tiny hands clutching my collar, a hint of worry in her voice. "Daddy, where are we going?" I snapped back to reality and gave her little nose a gentle tap. "Daddy's taking Annan to our new home, somewhere even better than this place." For real? Absolutely. I hailed a cab with her in my arms. 30 minutes later, I was standing inside a fully furnished luxury apartment, the city skyline glittering outside the floor-to-ceiling windows. "You like it here?" Annan kicked off her shoes and ran across the polished floors, laughing her little head off. "I love it! It's so big and so pretty!" Watching her like that, the last bit of darkness in my heart just faded away. For her sake, and for mine, I was gonna live better than ever. First order of business after settling in. Plan my laid-back empire. 10 million sounds like a lot, but in a city like this, you can burn through it faster than you'd think. I needed something to do, nothing too exhausting, nothing too competitive. Ideally, something that actually let me enjoy life. That's when the system's God-tier skill caught my eye. Master of all 8 culinary traditions. Sichuan, Shandong, Cantonese, Jiangsu, Zhejiang, Fujian, Anhui, Hunan, hundreds of recipes, cooking temps, seasoning ratios, all of it just hardwired into me. Crystal clear. I could practically smell every dish coming off the wok, that intoxicating, soul-grabbing aroma. A bold idea started taking shape. street food vendor. Think about it. Set your own hours, no boss, no rules. Make as much or as little as you feel like, flex your god-tier cooking skills, eat amazing food, and get paid doing it. It was literally the perfect lazy life career, tailor-made for me. I didn't waste any time. The next day, I took Anan to the market. Pots, pans, spatulas, oil, seasoning, all top of the line. Especially the ingredients. I reached out to an organic farm that supplied 5-star hotels and set up daily deliveries of the freshest, highest quality produce money could buy. Just the prep alone ran me close to 200k yuan, and I'm tagged along the whole time, curious about everything. Daddy, what are we making? I patted her head. The most delicious food in the whole world. But will it make money? She tilted her little face up, a flicker of worry in her eyes. Annan doesn't need new toys when we can save the money. My heart ached. This kid was so grown up it hurt. I picked her up, put her on my shoulders, and said, Annan, Daddy's got this. I'm gonna make you the happiest little princess in the whole world. Annan nodded hard, wrapped her little arms around my neck, and planted a big smooch on my cheek. Everything was set. My laid-back street food empire was officially launching tonight. I picked a spot in an alley just off the busiest commercial street downtown. High foot traffic out of the main road's way. My food cart was clean and minimal. Natural wood counter, spotless gleaming cookware, and a little chalkboard hanging on the side. Written on it were just 3 words: golden fried rice. Price, 99 yuan a plate.